Have you ever wondered why your blessing took so long to come or to manifest? You're sitting there wondering, why is it not coming? I prayed for it. I can't believe it's taking this long. Why is there so much delay? Have you ever wondered that? Sometimes the Lord may take long to bless you. Sometimes the Lord may take long to bless you because you're not ready to maintain your blessing. Your blessing may take long because you have not yet learned how to keep it when you get it. And most times it's because you don't know how to fight. You don't know spiritual warfare. You don't know how to fight to keep what is yours. In the Bible, there is a story of Jacob where he was blessed by his father Isaac, and then he went to his father-in-law Laban, and from there his life was a struggle. He was a blessed man, but his blessings were taking long to manifest because Jacob, at that point in his life, he was going through he didn't know spiritual warfare at that time. If you read the Bible carefully, unfortunately I don't have the Bible right now, I'm just going to narrate the story. I'm going to put all the scriptures. But when Jacob was living with his father-in-law Laban, during that time, when you read the story carefully, Jacob didn't know spiritual warfare. He didn't know how to fight. He knew that he's blessed, but his blessings were not fully manifesting. But when he finally left Laban's house, it was not so long ago that he realized that, you know what, I'm a blessed man, but I don't see blessings in my life. And then he told his father-in-law, I'm going to live with my wives and my children and everything that belongs to me and live so that I can go do something for myself. It was after the incident of the flock, where his flock were multiplying, and everything that during that time, everything of his was literally getting big, and his father-in-law and the children of his father-in-law were getting jealous. So he's like, you know what, I'm a blessed man, I can leave this place, I don't need to be dependent here. Why would I be living in my father-in-law's house? So he left, and as he was going, they tell us the story where it's a very famous story. During that night, he told his family, go and sleep over there, and he crossed the river and went and wrestled with the angel of the Lord. That's where his hip bone was even like dislocated, because he was wrestling with the angel of the Lord. But to me, that is spiritual warfare. That is the time he was engaged in spiritual warfare the whole night. And he was telling the angel of the Lord, I will not leave you until you bless me. It's like he's like, I need to fight this war until I win and take hold of my blessing. And if you follow Jacob's life from there, when he went on, his blessings started to fully manifest. Big blessings. He went to the land of Canaan, and he's there with his family. I know there was a lot of chaos. His brother came, he met his brother Esau, and his brother that initially wanted to kill him, he hugged him. He was happy to see him. Why? He had gone through he has fought the fight and won. Because the angel literally left in the morning after blessing him. Even his name became Israel after that. I hope you remember that story. If you don't know, I'm going to narrate it. And then from there, the brother that was supposed to fight him, Esau, he was hugging him and embracing him, and then he discerned and he's like, I'm gonna go my way, not my brother's way. After winning spiritual warfare, you're gonna end up in the right places and in alignment. And he went to Canaan, to the village. Okay, he went to the place where they settled. I don't remember it very well. And his sons fought the man that, the prince of the village that raped their sister but later fell in love. That incident only would have led them all to be destroyed, but because there was protection of the Lord around him, because again he had engaged in spiritual warfare and won the war, they were able to live. And the Lord said, I'll put my terror ahead of you, throw into confusion all the nations that you encounter, and your enemies will scatter, and your enemies will turn their backs and run. So Jacob and his family, Israel and his family, were able to leave that village where they had slaughtered all the people. Literally, they were going to come after them, but the Lord was with them. Those are blessings manifesting. Like the Lord protects you from, he's going to protect you from enemies that are coming to you physically, spiritually. You won't be having accidents. You won't be losing your job suddenly. You won't be losing your marriage. You know what I mean? Because you will be engaged in spiritual warfare. And then from there, Jacob, there was famine in Canaan, and I don't know if there were survivors in that land because of the famine, but his family, Joseph was already in Egypt, so they went to Egypt and survived and did die of the famine. Why? Because the Lord is with them. The Lord is not gonna let you die of famine because you've already engaged in warfare. He's watching over you. Nothing is gonna eat your blessings. Nothing's gonna take from you. Your hands will not be empty. You know what I mean? You're gonna be able to sustain what you have. So now, again, back to my topic, I'm saying sometimes your blessings will take long to come and sometimes the Lord may not bless you until you learn spiritual warfare, because sometimes the blessing that you have is so good that it's going to attract everyone's attention, and most people that are attracted to you, like most people, I hope you know already that not everyone wishes you well. People are gonna see how beautiful your marriage is, and they're gonna want to fight it, and they're gonna be envious, and they're gonna try to sleep with your husband. You know what I mean? Sometimes even you should be married already, but because you weren't engaged in spiritual warfare, maybe your husband or your wife is already married to the wrong person, and if you don't engage in spiritual warfare, you may never marry because your partner is already taken. You know what I mean? I'll tell you now. So you have to have discernment and know if there is chaos in your job. Is it because it's time for you to leave your job, or because the enemy is trying to take away the good thing that belongs to you? Engage in spiritual warfare, your life will become better. It's not that everything is going to be smooth from there, but the way you're going to overcome them is going to be, there is going to be divine help. And then right now, I just want to tell you a little bit about my own story, about my own personal story of how my blessing was stolen from me. I was literally blessed with everything I ever dreamt about at a young age, and because I didn't know nothing about spiritual warfare. I didn't know nothing about that. If you have your blessing, you literally have to fight for it. It was all taken from me. But ignorance is no excuse. If you don't know spiritual things, it's not an excuse. It's not an excuse. You will still lose because you're ignorant. I don't know about you. Have you ever had things before that you're now praying to get? If that is the case that has happened to you, it's because the enemy took advantage of your ignorance and stole what belongs to you. And literally, because the enemy comes to kill, steal, and destroy, and he will steal from you those things, the blessing he steals from the children of God, and then he goes and takes to the people that bow down to him. Because even the devil gives gifts. He was telling Jesus in the wilderness, if you bow down to me, I'll give you the kingdoms of the fame in the world. He has stolen from the children of God. and he goes and gives to those that bow down to him. So if I always tell people that there are two forces in the world, good and bad. That is, if you don't know how to be holy and to worship the Lord, you better know how to bow down to the devil. Because if you're in the middle, you're gonna be like you're gonna be destroyed, because you won't have protection of the Lord, and the enemy doesn't want you because you didn't bow down to him. By default, you're gonna be destroyed because you don't know which side you belong. You have to choose a side. Even the Lord said you can't be lukewarm. You either hot or cold. You either know the Lord or you don't know him. Okay? That's what it is. That's what life is. Those are some of the bitter truth. Those are some of the hard truth about life. And if you don't know these things, you will find yourself confused and frustrated. And I've made a video where I was talking about warfare, spiritual warfare. This topic, I'm so passionate about spiritual warfare because this is the area of my life where I was very ignorant, and the more I learn about it is the more I get excited about life, because if you know how to fight, you will walk victoriously, effortlessly. I'm going to link that video in the playlist. I'm going to link the video, and I'll see you in that video where I talk about more about spiritual warfare, and see you in that video. Be blessed.